Welcome to Drag and Drop Math for Mr. Nussbaum Extend. I think you'll find this app really incredible, especially if you are in the midst of teaching multi-digit addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. This is identical to the version on my main site. However, there is a lot more customization and a lot more functionality for you. So let's see how to use this. So if this is the first app you've bought from Mr. Nussbaum Extend, you would add your students using this button. Add your classes and students. And once you add your classes and students to one app, those classes and students are available for all the apps, so you only have to do that once. This is the record book. This keeps track of all student activity for this app, and we'll get back to this later. But to start, you're going to click on Create Custom Problems. So I click here, and the first thing I need to do is, you see I have a lot of problem sets right here. So the first thing I need to do is to name the problem set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a problem set for students and deploy them. So let's name this N7. I click Create. And it brings me into the main interface for building the problem set. Now, if you read here, it says enter the problems you'd like to use below, or click here for random questions. So if you don't care what the exact questions are, this is a good option to go. You would do click here for random questions. This will take you to an interface where you can, determine the number of problems to be delivered to students, and the number of digits in each problem, and of course whether it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, and if it's division, whether or not you want remainders. But if you really want to specify the problems, then you need to stay here, and you're going to enter your problem where it says problem. And let's do one addition problem, 236 plus 355. And I'm going to add the problem here. Now let's do a subtraction problem. We're going to do an example of one of each operation. Let's do 150 minus 87. I'm going to click Vary Equations here, which is an interesting feature. By clicking Vary Equations, the student isn't going to see 150 minus 87. They're going to see something like 150 minus x equals, so what would equal 63. And so they have to find the unknown. And this helps because this hits a lot more of the Common Core standards by giving you this option. So I'm going to vary the equation here and add the problem. And we're going to do one multiplication problem, 13 times 12. And then we're going to do a division problem, let's do 33 divided by 8. And you see we use a slash for division. Click Add Problems. And then I'm done. This is just an example. So I'm going to click Finished. And it says Questions Saved. So I click OK and watch what happens. It's going to take me back to the main interface again. Now I've built this problem set, and I can deploy it to students. So I drag it over to the to be deployed space. You see it shows me the problems here that I made. Click OK, and I decide who do I want to deploy this to. So I'm going to deploy it to all the students in Nussbaum 1. Click Deploy, and now all of my students have the N7 problem set available to them. Let's watch how they'll do this. So I click here to log out. I'm going to log in as one of my students. I'm going to go to the drag and drop math icon. I'm going to scroll down to where the N7 problem set is. Click on it, and then watch. Students will have this drag and drop interface. I'm going to click play. I'm going to close the music out. And this drag and drop math is perfect for students who have trouble organizing numbers in rows and columns. Because look, they just drag the numbers from the side here. 6 plus 5 is 11. I have a little number I can carry the 1. Okay, so that's 4 plus 5 is 9. So my answer here is 591. And then I just have to type my answer where it says result. Great, so it goes on to the next problem. Let's see this. So as I said, we varied this equation. So some number minus 87 equals 63. So we remember that the answer is 150 here. And so in this way, it changes things up for students a little bit. So I type in 150, click OK, got it right. Next problem. So 13 times 12. So this happens to be 156. As you see, I could do it all out. 6, 2, I still do multiplication like this. 3, 1. Oh yeah, look, to make a line, I just click and drag. It gives me a line. So I get 156. Type that in. Click OK. And I have one more, 33 divided by 8. And so watch how I do this. I understand the answer is 4 with a remainder of 1. So I just type in the 4 and I type a little r, 1, just like that. I click OK. I'm done. See scores? Now look. So once I'm done, the little score panel pops up that I played this one time. It took me 1 minute and 42 seconds. My high score was 4. The average score was 4. And then it shows me my last score, the high score for all users, and the average score for all users. So these are helpful. These are helpful. These are helpful to determine how students are doing compared to other students. Also, I have this here, which did I get correct and incorrect. If I click on this, it shows me the exact problem and whether I got it right or not. So this is the basics on how to do drag and drop math. I hope you find it very useful. It's a great app. It's one of the most popular activities on MrNussbaum.com.